Hey, what's up guys? I was having a quick look for the Lisa Trevor quick kill strats, and there didn't seem to be a lot of videos floating around already, so I thought I'd throw a quick one together while I was just practicing. It's pretty easy strat, most of you know it already, but for anyone that doesn't, you need to get Barry's Magnum, and it basically involves pushing off the edge. A, because it makes the rest of the puzzle quick. B, because it makes the cutscene at the end a bit shorter. So I've written some times down. So we'll start off with the ideal. So if I skip to 5:10, so yeah, pretty simple. You skip the first two cutscenes as quick as you can, but making sure to press right on the option there so that you drop the gun. Otherwise, if you accidentally click left, you've thrown the whole run away. So the first thing you want to do is run immediately forward and snap left. Now, I find that you have to go pretty much straight up here and snap to the left. If you kind of bounce off this edge, it seems to, I don't actually know if it's just because you're a bit slower or what, but it seems to make her move a little bit quicker. So you want to go and then snap immediately left. The other issue here is the hitbox on the Magnum is a bit odd. It doesn't matter how much you mash on the X button, you sometimes run a fair chunk over it before you actually pick it up. Just kind of keep mashing on that button until you've got it. Otherwise you risk kind of running past it. Then what you want to do is, as long as she hasn't moved by this point, you can start pushing this block. You need 2 full pushes, and this one was super good because she was really slow. Usually she's a lot quicker than this. So as long as she's around kind of here, maybe a little bit more forward, you can afford to push the whole block off. If she's any closer, you may want to think about aborting and then just leaving the block where it is and running down over here to the right, because she will push you off the edge. If she hits you cleanly here, you'll go off the edge and you'll die. So the second part is, after she's followed you here, if she's mid-swing and you're really late, you want to be careful. If she hits you, it's usually not the end of the world if you're already running around her. But again, she can knock you off, she can do a lot of damage, she's a dangerous enemy. So you want to pull out the Magnum when you get to the other side of her, shoot her as quickly as possible. Normally what you want is for her to go off this back edge. If she's close enough to this one, she'll go off it as well. The thing you want to watch out for is if she's on this corner, or this corner, if you're doing a different strategy. It's tricky. Sometimes she'll kind of bounce towards it, and the game won't really know if it wants to have her hang over this one or this one, and she'll just kind of sit there and you'll waste that shot, which sucks because you have to do this in 3 shots unless you want to make the lab really tricky for yourself. Once she gets over the edge, I'll show you a couple of examples in a minute of me screwing this up. You want to delay the second shot a little bit. Don't go for it immediately, because for whatever reason, when she's still in that animation of her falling over the edge and grabbing the ledge, she's invincible. So you will miss and it will suck. And then you just want to plant 2 clean shots into her and she'll fall off the edge and you can finish the rest of the puzzle. It's super easy. You probably shouldn't push this one from the left, you should push it from the top. It only takes 1 from the top. I kind of screwed that up. This one's a pain in the ass. It needs 3 full pushes. Well, not quite full, but you need 3 pushes. This one I think is just 1. Yeah, it's just 1. Now this is the main reason you do this, is so that this cutscene is a lot shorter. I don't actually know if it ticks up in-game time there. I assume that it does. Okay, so a couple more examples. If we skip to 9:10, when I was just practicing. So this is a good example of her getting so close that you need to stop pushing that stone. So there you see there's a little bit of delay on picking up the Magnum. There, I was a bit slow, and she started moving pretty quick and pretty direct. So she gets to about here, and I decide I need to stop pushing that stone because she's too close. She's definitely going to hit me, and if she gets close, she doesn't necessarily have to do this overhead attack. I think I got kind of lucky here. If she just does a regular quick swing attack, you'll still go off the edge. You're still gonna die. That's the nasty thing about being so close to the edge here. So she goes for an overhead. I let go of the button a while back. It's just that it is quite slow to actually stop pushing. So the idea is you want to zip around the same way as before. Now you want to judge her position here. If she kind of goes behind the stone here, you're good. You can just do exactly the same thing as before. Blam, bit of a delay, and then blam, blam, she's gone. Then you can just carry on as normal. If she doesn't quite do that, or she kind of hovers around here, it's a judgment call. It's tricky because she might just bounce off the stone and not go off the edge, and you don't want to waste that bullet. So it can be really hard. Then you just carry on as normal. So the other thing you can do here, which I've got a couple of examples of, if I skip ahead to 1551. Now, this is an alternate strategy that is, it's undeniably slower. However, I did manage to get this to work 9 times out of 10 when I practiced it. Like the first 5 times in a row, it worked perfectly. So I would say, at least for me, it's more consistent. So the idea is you start the same way, grab the Magnum as quickly as possible. Then you want to run up towards the casket and behind her. She'll start this big overhead swing, and be careful here, don't snap in too close behind her because she does that massive kind of overhead thing, and this has a hitbox pretty much all the way till the end of the animation. It's a real nasty attack. It won't knock you off the edge if you screw up, so that's a plus. It's also the reason you go behind and not in front. If you go in front, if she does a quick attack, you'll get hit. You can still do the strategy, but you will get hit. If she has a different kind of slow front attack. If she does that, which is similar to this one, she will end up with her back to you, which is a position you do not want to be in, because if she does her quick tentacle attack, which she will do quite often if she ends up with her back to you, that will just push you off the edge, and that's it, you've thrown it away. So the idea here is you want to push that stone once because it's nice and quick, and then sometimes you even have to kind of wait for maybe half a second to see if she takes a step forward, which is what you want, because if she doesn't take this step forward, she's not close enough to the edge. So she needs to be about where she is now, maybe, yeah, there you go, a little bit forward. And same thing as before. The only tricky part is it takes her a little bit longer to fall. I don't know what it is about this corner, but again, if you fire that second shot immediately, it will miss. So you want to see, there you go, that's actually an example of me missing there. You need to wait a little bit longer, and then there you go, so 1, 2, and she's off. So that is a real pain in the ass when that happens. So just kind of make sure you've waited long enough. I think I've got another example here of doing the same thing on the other side. Let me go to 8 minutes. Yeah, so there you go. That first shot was too quick and it missed her. That seems fairly consistent, so just wait a little while to make sure that works. I think that's pretty much it. I don't have any more timestamps listed here, so that's everything that needs to be said about that fight. I think it's super easy. However, it can take you by surprise, and knock you off the edge and kill a run. The other thing you have to watch out for is if she doesn't play ball, she can kind of walk left or right and just kind of wander off sometimes. What I'd be inclined to do if she does that is just finish the puzzle and deal with the cutscene being longer, because every time I've missed and then tried to get her into position to do something else, I always end up being the one to get knocked off. Just because I'm in a situation that I am not expecting and I don't know the potential outcomes for, so I always screw it up. So yeah, if she kind of just wanders out of pattern and you don't know what she's going to do, I would advise just finishing the puzzle and just dealing with it, so you can at least finish the run, especially when you get this far, because it's near the end of the game. You've gotten past most of the dangerous parts, and ideally you kind of just want to finish a run, so you might as well. But yeah, that's about it for Lisa Trevor. Thanks for watching. Take care.